Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another video. I got a couple things to apologize about before this video. One, my bad for missing the upload yesterday. I've been busy as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of burnt out just a little bit yesterday. I just needed a break. I got home. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, man, I'm really tired. So I ended up going to sleep really early. I got a lot of sleep, so luckily I am rejuvenated and ready to go and get back on the grind. And secondly, if you guys hear duck noises, squeaking, quacking, water sounds from them taking their every 5-minute bath, my bad. I got ducks. If you guys didn't watch the last video, they're pretty loud. They like taking baths and they like quacking. Probably something that I should have expected, which I did. They're living in the house for now because they're tiny. When they get bigger, I'll move them to outside. But after wasting a minute of y'all's time, with that being said, today we're going to be getting into another MT method in this game. This one's going to be a banger. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button. So, starting with this method, basically the card that you're going to need. There's going to be, really any card. And your goal here is to have tokens. You want to have a lot of tokens. If you don't have a lot of tokens, it's okay. We will still have ways that we can get this done. But your goal is going to be to find a dark matter card that sells for at least 50,000 MT. It can be any card, does not matter. Preferably, you want it to be a card that has a good amount of demand. For example, let's say Dark Matter Victor Wembanyama. You want it to be a card that has demand. You don't want it to be an old card, which at this point, most Dark Matters, if they're above 50k, they have demand. But there are a couple that are just 50k because nobody has them for whatever reason. So just make sure it's a card that people actually want. So let's take Dark Matter Wembanyama, for example. I want to find out exactly what his cheapest is. I want to say it's about 85k. Okay, it's actually a little bit cheaper. He's gone down, which makes sense. I haven't actually played the game since Saturday. So it seems like he's about 70 to 75,000 MT. So with that knowledge, we know that we are going to be investing about 75,000 MT into this card. Actually, a little bit more. So let's say 80,000. Let's say we're putting 77,000 MT into this card off the rip. The first thing that you are going to do is you're going to either go through his badges on the screen, or you're going to use the trusty website called 2KDB. That would be 2kdb.net if you need to search it up. I'll show you guys on here exactly what to do. So when you come over here and you are on the 2KDB website, you're going to come through and go to whatever card that is that you're going to be using. Ours is going to be Victor Wembanyama next. Go to his badges and just see which Hall of Fame badges he's missing. So you see he has some gold, he has some that he just doesn't have. In pretty much every category, he at least has a couple badges that he needs upgraded. So basically here, the goal of this MT method is going to be badging up cards. If you're badging up with Hall of Fame badges, make sure the card is at least 50,000 MT. If you're just going to badge up a card with gold badges, make sure he's at least like 15,000 MT, and make sure it's a card with demand. A good example would be Karolinko. Karolinko would be a good card to badge up with gold badges. Victor Wembanyama would be a great card to badge up with Hall of Fame badges. He's 77,000 MT, has a huge demand right now. #1 pick in the draft. The card just came out. He's been hyped up for years. He's 7'5". So many reasons why this card is a great card to badge up. A great demand behind him. There's just so many reasons both ways. So basically, when looking here, we see we got about 6 finishing badges that could be upgraded. We got about 5 in the shooting. We got about 7 in the playmaking, and we have 3 in the defense. So with that being said, if you already have Hall of Fame badges stockpiled, that would be great. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm looking from his card on the 2KDB website, and I'm looking at my game. And I can see in my game right now, I have a Hall of Fame back down Punisher. I don't have any of the other badges. When I go to shooting, I have a Agent 3, but I do not have any of the other badges. When I go to his playmaking, I see that I have none of them, unfortunately. Actually, I have Clamp Breaker. So I have Clamp Breaker that I can take to Hall of Fame. And then when I go to his defense, unfortunately, that's where I have the most badges in my inventory. But I do have Rebound Chaser. I do have Brick Wall. And I used to have Ankle Braces. Unfortunately, I used it. So as you see what I just did there, I looked at what badges I could add to them. And when I come back here, I'll show you what I've been looking at. I've just been scrolling through these right here. Basically, all I've been doing is scrolling through, just matching them up, seeing if he has these badges or not. That is basically all you're going to do. And if you have a lot of tokens, where I said that will come into play, will be over here in the token market. The only thing I've been using my tokens for has been the Hall of Fame badge pack. I've been opening this pack a ton, and it has made me so much MT. It's only 150 tokens. If you don't have tokens, they are easily the easiest to get this year out of any 2K ever. I've gotten more tokens this year than in any years prior. They're all over locker codes. You get a wheel in unlimited, or you get a vault in unlimited, a wheel in clutch time. You get the drop in triple threat online. You got the vault in triple threat offline. There's tokens everywhere. There's tokens all over the agendas. There's just all kinds of stuff. Also, if you complete all these challenges, you'd get it. You're probably not going to, so I'm not going to sit here and say that you really are expected to, but there's just so many tokens all over the place that you can earn. As you see here, week 5 part 2, 10 tokens. If you come up here to week 3 part 2, week 4 part 2, there's tokens everywhere to be made. And I'd say that most of the time it'll take you about an hour of triple threat online to get 100 tokens. If you're an unlimited player, even easier. As you can see, if you go all the way back to the first tier, 5 tokens, 15 tokens, 200 tokens. To get to this 200 token threshold, it should take you maybe 7 or 8 games. So I'd say that's about 2 hours of your life. You're going to get a couple quit outs. As long as you're a decent player, you're going to get a couple quit outs. I'd say that's probably about 2 hours of your life for playing a mode that you probably are already grinding for Artist Gilmore anyways. And then not to be said, right after that, you get a badge pack. You get a Hall of Fame badge option pack. So there's that. Another way to get Hall of Fame badges. Some people don't know this. I found this out about a month ago. That's His the Season set locks in for a Hall of Fame badge option pack that gives you 5 picks. That's insane. There are a couple cards in here that are expensive, but just be patient. One day this Cam Reddish was selling for like 100K, and the next day I got him for 1,500. Same thing with the Jonathan Isaac. The Fultz was expensive. Taco Fall's always kind of expensive. He's sitting at like 10K, so I wouldn't consider that crazy, but he is pretty expensive for a amethyst, obviously. But you can kind of just go through and you can see like Fultz, cheap. Cam Reddish, who was expensive, cheap. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was always cheap and is still cheap. Jonathan Isaac, I did pay a good amount for this Jonathan Isaac card. He's cheap. 2,500 MT. This is what I'm saying. So there's plenty of ways to do this. 2,500 MT. Like, this is a free Hall of Fame badge option pack. Video coming soon. Video coming soon, because all these cards are dirt cheap. I mean, it is literally as cheap as it could be to get this done. It probably cost you 50K. So you get 50K MT, and you're going to get the 5 badge pack. And as long as you choose wisely, you'll be able to completely fill up that Victor Wembanyama card. You'll be able to use all 5 picks towards his card. So there you already get 5 badges towards him. And then you get, however many more from tokens. You have some sitting around. If you get that card to 50 badges, I'm fairly confident he'll sell for 250, 300,000 MT. That's just my opinion, though. If you guys did enjoy this video or have any questions, there are other ways to get tokens. There are other ways to get Hall of Fame badges. I can't cover every single one, but those are just all of the ways that I've been able to do it. Obviously, another one, leveling up. I have a couple that are just sitting here. I have the unlimited one sitting here. I have the one that you get from leveling up. So there are a couple that are just sitting here. But like I said, I can't go through all of them. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit the sub button. Of course, you can always comment any questions down below. Be on the lookout for the video tomorrow, and I'm out.